Subaru redesigned the Outback with bold new styling and upgraded features that are supposed to take this popular crossover to the next level. But longtime Outback fans aren't celebrating, they're complaining. If you're thinking about getting the new generation, you need to understand the serious compromises and questionable decisions Subaru has made with this redesign. From controversial styling that abandons the wagon identity to questionable mechanical solutions, the 2026 Outback is disappointing buyers in 7 ways that matter. Number 7. Underpowered base engine. Subaru is sticking with the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder boxer engine as the standard powertrain, and for many buyers, that's going to be a problem. This engine produces around 180 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque, but when you're moving a vehicle that weighs over 3,600 pounds, those numbers feel inadequate quickly. Think about merging onto a busy interstate when traffic is moving at 75 miles per hour. You press the accelerator expecting confident acceleration, but the engine strains without delivering the punch you need. Or picture yourself loaded up for a camping trip, attempting to pass a slow-moving RV on a 2-lane mountain road. 0 to 60 times hovering around 8.7 seconds translates to real-world hesitation. Subaru knows the solution but forces buyers to pay significantly more to access it. The 2.4-liter turbocharged engine delivers 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. This is the powertrain the Outback deserves as standard, but it's locked behind expensive trim levels. Buyers looking for decent performance are forced to spend several $1,000s extra, pushing the Outback into a price range where it competes against more refined alternatives. But the engine isn't the only questionable decision. Number 6. Still a wagon? One of the most polarizing aspects of the 2026 redesign is the exterior styling. Subaru is pushing the Outback into SUV territory with a bolder, more angular design language. The rear end features a more upright, boxier profile that abandons the traditional wagon silhouette that defined the Outback for decades. Sharp edges are replacing soft curves. The front end showcases narrow triple-beam headlights and an aggressive grille design. Larger roof rails and integrated skid plates contribute to a tougher appearance. But traditional Outback buyers are expressing disappointment with this direction. The Outback built its reputation by being different, by offering wagon practicality with crossover capability. The previous generation's sleeker, car-like shape made the Outback instantly recognizable. This redesign feels like Subaru is chasing mainstream SUV trends rather than honoring the vehicle's unique heritage. For buyers who loved the wagon identity, this transformation feels like a betrayal. So the exterior is dividing opinions, but the transmission choice is even more controversial. Number 5. CVT. Subaru is continuing its commitment to the continuously variable transmission. The Lineartronic CVT is paired with both engines across the entire lineup. While Subaru has programmed simulated shift points, the fundamental nature of a CVT remains unchanged. CVTs operate differently from traditional automatics, using pulleys and a belt system. This creates the rubber band effect, and the engine revs to a high RPM and maintains that pitch while speed gradually catches up. Picture yourself accelerating from a stoplight. With a traditional automatic, you feel distinct shifts. With the CVT, the engine jumps to a high RPM and stays there, droning at a constant pitch. There's no satisfying mechanical engagement. Many buyers feel that instead of investing in controversial styling changes, Subaru should have developed a modern dual clutch or advanced automatic transmission. For the turbocharged XT models especially, the CVT feels like it's holding back the engine's potential. That 260 horsepower motor deserves a transmission that delivers power with precision. But when you step inside the redesigned cabin, you'll encounter another puzzling decision. Number 4. Interior feels too refined. The 2026 Outback's move toward a more luxurious interior is actually disappointing traditional buyers and forcing them to pay for upgrades they never wanted. Premium leather options, refined trim, and carefully curated color schemes are transforming the interior into something approaching luxury territory. But this isn't what Outback buyers asked for. The previous generation offered a utilitarian, rugged character that matched the vehicle's adventurous spirit. Hard-wearing materials and functional design spoke to buyers who valued durability over premium aesthetics. Consider what happens after a weekend mountain biking trip. Your gear is covered in trail dust, your boots caked with mud. With the old Outback, you didn't think twice. The interior was designed to take abuse. Now, with elegant materials surrounding you, there's hesitation. Do you really want to throw those muddy boots on that nicely trimmed floor? You're paying more for an interior that actually makes the vehicle less suitable for how you use it. Traditional owners didn't want luxury. They wanted a capable adventure vehicle with an interior tough enough to match. Instead, Subaru is charging premium prices for refinement refinement that creates an identity crisis, marketing the Outback as an adventure vehicle while designing an interior that makes owners think twice about getting it dirty. But Subaru is missing the mark in other ways too. Number 3. Driving experience. The 2026 Outback continues to prioritize comfort over engagement. Subaru's Boxer engine configuration provides a lower center of gravity. The standard symmetrical all-wheel drive offers excellent traction and balanced handling characteristics. These are building blocks for creating an engaging driving experience. Yet Subaru refuses to capitalize on these strengths. The suspension is tuned for compliance rather than handling precision. Steering feel remains light and uncommunicative. Body roll is noticeable during cornering. You're taking a familiar curving on-ramp. In a more engaging vehicle, you feel the front tires gripping the pavement and the steering wheel providing feedback about available traction. In the Outback, you're simply along for the ride. It's competent but uninvolving. Competitors are proving you don't have to sacrifice comfort for driving enjoyment. The Mazda CX-50 delivers sharp, responsive handling while maintaining reasonable ride quality. Subaru had an opportunity to offer a more driver-focused variant, but they're maintaining the status quo. Even the turbocharged XT models can't overcome the chassis' comfort-first tuning. But Subaru's attempt to address adventure seekers reveals another letdown. Number 2. Wilderness brings no improvements. The Wilderness trim is continuing for 2026, and while it looks the part of a rugged off-roader, it fails to deliver the capability its appearance promises. This variant receives aggressive all-terrain tires, raised suspension, unique bumpers, and bronze accents. It certainly looks ready to tackle challenging trails, but the reality is disappointing. There's no low-range transfer case, no locking differentials are available, meaning traction in extreme situations relies entirely on electronic systems. Imagine you're on a Forest Service road that's getting progressively rougher. With a properly equipped off-road vehicle, you'd engage low-range gearing, lock the rear differential, and methodically crawl up the obstacle with mechanical confidence. In the Wilderness, you're depending on electronic traction control. You're essentially getting a slightly more capable Outback with a significant aesthetic upgrade and some underbody protection. But compared to purpose-built off-roaders or serious off-road trim levels from competitors, the Wilderness falls short. Wilderness models command a substantial premium, pushing the Outback into price territory where buyers can access vehicles with legitimate off-road credentials. For that money, you could be looking at Jeep models with actual locking differentials or Toyota 4Runner variants with low-range gearing. The Wilderness looks tough but lacks the hardware to back up its appearance. Speaking of pricing problems, that's not the only trim where Subaru's pricing strategy falls apart. Number 1. Higher trims are expensive. The single most disappointing aspect might be how quickly the price escalates as you move up the trim ladder. Base models start around $32,000 with all-wheel drive and decent equipment. That entry point represents solid value. But accessing the features and powertrain you actually want requires a significant financial commitment. Want the turbocharged engine? You're looking at upper-tier trims. Those are reserved for limited and touring models that push into the low to mid $40,000 range. At these higher price points, the Outback's value proposition collapses. You're now competing against entry-level luxury crossovers like the Acura RDX or Lexus NX. You're also competing against larger three-row SUVs like the Kia Telluride or Hyundai Palisade. Consider what $45,000 buys you. That's Touring XT territory. You're getting the turbocharged engine and premium materials, but you're paying luxury vehicle prices for a mainstream crossover. For that money, you could purchase a top-trim Toyota RAV4 hybrid that returns over 40 miles per gallon combined. Or you could get a well-equipped Mazda CX-90 with three-row seating and legitimately upscale materials. The fundamental issue is that Subaru is asking premium prices for a vehicle that doesn't deliver a correspondingly premium experience. Buyers spending over $40,000 expect luxury-level materials, cutting-edge technology, and exceptional refinement, areas where the Outback continues to trail its competition. The 2026 Subaru Outback redesign is bringing changes that look good on paper. Bolder styling, upgraded materials, and new technology. But the execution is missing what made this crossover special. The base engine remains underpowered while the capable turbo is locked behind expensive trims. The CVT continues to disconnect drivers from the experience, and the controversial styling abandons the wagon identity. The refined interior contradicts the adventure-ready image. The driving dynamics remain uninspiring, and the Wilderness trim looks tough but lacks real off-road hardware. Most disappointing is the pricing structure that pushes well-equipped models into the mid-$40,000 range, where the Outback can't compete with luxury crossovers and larger SUVs. But don't think this is the only redesign that brings disappointment this year. Check out our next video about the reasons why the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 disappoints and doesn't seem like a worthy successor to the previous generation. Mazda did some decent styling updates, but failed completely when it comes to interior design and powertrain selection.